Fck This Event. I've been rereading over the past few days, because just like MJ says, it's easy to start and make statements and never follow through. Action fakes all day. I've been struggling with that lately. Less motivation, feeling trapped, feeling complacent, etc. So I reread the chapter about the last night and it hit me that I never really had one, even thought I did. I've had a lot Fck this moments but no single event strong enough to elicit a lasting change. I know you can't force but how do you have it? How do you know that you've been pushed to fking far and this is it? Is something you accept or does it just happen? Would anyone be willing to share their and how it changed their life, motivation, actions or thought processes? Here's something I wrote on Quora: when the train is approaching, there's nothing else you're thinking about. Sounds like for you, there just isn't any urgency. You don't see or feel the train. So life goes on. You need to get out of your head, and actually do what you need to do. Even if you don't feel like it, just go through the motions. As you take more action, you will notice a change. P.S. If your sleep and eating habits are irregular, I would get this under control first. Worked for me. I love that post on Quora. It's genius. But how do I change it? Work on 3Bs? Wait for urgency to kick in? Is there something I can do to make a change? Consciously make a change until it's subconscious? Thank you, thank you, thank you. This video is incredible. I like what you said about just doing what I need to do, but I probably sound like a jackass. I don't know what to do. I don't want to do more action fakes. I want to make actual steps towards freedom. How do you start moving forward with an idea? What action would you take first? Make a list of Fck this moments. Trust me, there are a lot. Write them all down and hang them onto a wall. I did this while on vacation from my job, and halfway through I became extremely depressed as the list of crap got higher and higher. Yeah, I understand. It's different in every situation. The trick is to take your goal, find the steps which would get you there, prioritize the most important ones and tackle those. What are you trying to do? Start with a work log app. At the end of the week, you need an honest, precise record of how much you did. Otherwise you've got no feedback. Then make a note of things that do motivate you, and try further things that could motivate you. Hanging out with people who make you jealous, going to high-end bars or restaurants or hotels for getting pissed off by how rich other people are compared to you, gathering prices of specific things you want, and how long it would take at your job and saving rate to get that, etc. But FTEs aren't that useful a concept. New businessmen feel like saying if this far more often than salarymen. The salaryman feels it Monday morning and when returning from holiday, and that's it. He gets into the office, gets his coffee, chats, browses the net, and maybe by noon is starting some work. The businessman has no such luxury. He makes his life, in pursuit of it being in the future, much better. If you can't do that, you need to work on hardening yourself by deliberately going out of your comfort zone. You want to be rich, but you don't want it to hurt. Like 99% of people. Modify your relationship with pain. I'm a chiropractor. The usual way to make money is trading your time for it. There's a potential to make good money, but you're still a slave to your office and notes and insurance companies. To break free from that, my idea is to start a house call business but scale it so it's a corporation. Similar to Uber. Different areas would have access to the doctor that is assigned to that area. Depending on the demand, more doctors will be added. That's a broad description of my idea. Sent from my iPhone using TaperTalk. So what was the outcome for you? Did that change your decision making or motivation? Are you in a different spot now than you were before you did that? Sent from my iPhone using TaperTalk. You're right, I don't want it to hurt. Not necessarily because of myself but my wife and kids. I'm so cautious because I don't want my actions to negatively affect them even if long term it will be life-altering. Sent from my iPhone using TaperTalk. MJ, really enjoying your query posts recently. What was the thinking behind contributing to the platform? Business play? Giving back? Bit of both. Then you're aiming too far up the salaryman less than, greater than businessman curve. You can't afford the risk of launching into a business idea unless you've already got high capital, and your body knows that and is holding you back. Start by freelancing for one specific thing, perhaps something that in your day job you see as having the highest demand in what spare time you do have, at your current rate. Then work on raising that rate. When you're more confident with it, work on reducing your hours at work if at all possible and then switching to a part-time job, etc. The giant step of just whacking your monitor with your keyboard and yelling "I quit," and that event is the beginning of great things, is fantasy. You need to wean off the confidence of a guaranteed income with other forms of confidence, knowing you can get contracting work, having ample savings, having ample margin between your living costs and your revenue, downsizing things if necessary, knowing you can get another job if you have to, etc. There are lanes between the slow lane and the fast lane, and carefully merging through them is the safest way to get there. A mix of a lot of things, including giving back, which is why this forum and my books exist in the first place. 1. Exposing my writing to people who never heard it, or heard of the books and dismissed it as get-rich-quick stuff. 2. Exposing the forum to more people. 3. Backlink juice. Have no clue if there's any worth here. 4. Outreach from my bubble here at the forum. I discussed Queer a bit on the inside with, but thus far, it doesn't seem to pull much traffic to owned properties but does seem to have an impact on views, exposure, and maybe some brand awareness. Can't say I recommend it one way or another at this point. Fck me, you just open my eyes. This isn't about an event, it's about my dependency on security or false security. I've been beating myself up thinking about switching slow lane to fast lane and never considered merging as an option L. This is really big for me. After I read this I got a shower, and in the shower I had an epiphany. The medium income for chiropractors is $80,000 a year. If I did something that made me 50% more to where I'm generation taking home $120,000 a year and taught other doctors how to do that, there's built-in value. For example, if I have a killer system for marketing, scheduling and educating house call patients that made me $10,000 a month with minimal hours chiropractors like time off, and it was reproducible, I could create online training modules or even franchise. This approach is a merging approach, where I slowly start attaining and tearing house call patients and create systems. I don't need much to replace my income, so I could quit my job. Then focus on the macro details, website, software, apps, marketing, all details that would be needed for me to run with ease and needed for a franchisee. Sent from my iPhone using TaperTalk. I've just finished reading and started the first chapter of, thought about reading the forum, and here I am. I'm saying this because you clearly read and you're referring to something from the book that I haven't read. But from what I understood, you're asking why the F am I not doing anything already? You're asking for a catalyst, some event that will make you think that's it. I had enough, the gunshot that indicates the start of the race. Did I understood correctly? If that is so, hear me out. I turned 24 a week ago, and I had some kind of midlife crisis, and I started thinking, oh damn. My youth's clock is ticking. I have nothing. Where am I going? What do I want? But this is not to say that it happened on its own. What do I mean by that? I've been thinking about it for a while. I'm just like you. I'm constantly looking for reasons to create a sense of urgency. Create your own catalyst, become more aware of the facts. You and me. We are dying. Imagine yourself on your deathbed looking back at yourself right now. What choices would you make? Get a fake skull from Amazon and ponder on it. Sounds crazy? Death can be a great motivator. Remember those stereotype paintings about writers that had skulls in their hands or on the table? They used to ponder on death for this very reason. To remember that they are dying and base all their decision-making on this fact so that they can get the most out of their life. Said in his first book that having a job is as risky as being an entrepreneur. Really loved that. It made me think and feel with certainty that I'm striving to be an entrepreneur. If the risk is equal, why not choose the most rewarding road? I'm totally with you on this one. It's my action plan right now. To be honest, I've had no problems thinking I'm going to be rich someday. But while reading the Fast Lane book these days and really thinking seriously about it, fear crept in and doubt. I can't do this. I realized that I don't believe in myself and I have low self-esteem. The book helped me with this issue also. It said in one chapter, I often see people on the forum going all like, I want to make $5,000 a month. How do I do that? Again, people are looking for events. Have you made your first dollar yet? Think about what you could do right now which could make that idea closer to a reality. Perhaps you could get one person on house call, and then a few. My guess is you need both funds and a system in place to set that up. Whenever you make a move towards your goals, it doesn't always have to be the right move, but you have to do something or you're stagnant. Checking your previous responses, I think you got your answer. Short answer, I work 9-5 still to keep my minimum expenses paid. I use the extra money for education. My mum likes to think of investments that don't work out as tuition. I'm working on my soft proofing and validating my idea from 6 to 12. I pivoted 3 times so far based on feedback, but I'm getting there. Best of luck to you. Cheers. Read The 5-Second Rule by Mel Robbins. It is literally the magic pill to defeat procrastination and zero motivation. Make a list of what must be done for the day to reach your goal. Then count down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and then just towards the action that needs to be done. Still not working? Then break down the tasks even further. For example, if you want to lose weight by going to the gym but still procrastinating, break it down in steps. 1. Do countdown 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Move your body, put on shoes. 2. Do countdown 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Move your body, get keys. 3. Do countdown 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Move your body, get in car. 4. Do countdown 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Move your body, drive to gym. 5. Do one set. Whenever I forget to use this rule, I sink to bad habits and get lazy. Visualize a rocket ship in your mind and blast off. I hope MJ reads this book and puts it in his recommendations list. I feel it really is a game changer. It really isn't, though. A job is a byproduct of the businessman's risk. He keeps the risk and upside, but you get. You and your kids can eat immediately with that money. You can save that money. There are safer ways to proceed than quit job and hope. My fast lane business idea is the 0.1% that takes off before I go broke. You just reminded me of this. Think I'll listen to the audio book again cause I keep forgetting to use it. Until you get laid off. Then, you realize that the job you had really did come with a lot of risk. It was a nice ride for me while it lasted, but I honestly now feel a lot more secure being in business for myself. If things start having a downturn, I control what I can do to turn it around. To me, that is security. I just don't see losing a job as a risk. If your business idea fails, you've lost significant amounts of time, money, personal wear and tear, etc. If your skill specialization idea college degree fails to land solid work, you've lost years of effort and money. Those are risky endeavors. There is a risk involved in a job, if the job insulates you from market forces until it's too late, and then you end up useless and have to completely retool yourself when the layoffs come. But if you lose your job, you temporarily stop trading hours for dollars. That's it. That's not a risk in any strict sense. Gonna disagree here. Sounds like you're thinking about it too one-dimensionally. Not really. The risk is indirectly absorbed by the employees. When the businessman fails or sees it coming, the employees are laid off. Whoops. There goes that safe, secure paycheck. Sure, the employee can't lose more than their check, but a lost check is enough to cause a full-scale cataclysm in their life. Businessman takes risk and fails. Employees get fired. That does not feed the kids. +1. Nice EE. Another great reason for owning yourself and your workspace. Reminds me of the commandment of control. I love how you bluntly said the truth. I hope I'll get the same medicine if necessary, even if it hurts as a first reaction. The truth that I've been living for years now is not a truth after all. Why wouldn't it hurt to admit that I've been wrong and wasting my time for years? But if this is what it takes to change my life, I welcome it with open arms. Well, yeah, there is the reliance effect. In a way, being a businessman forces risk minimization, by holding larger cash balances and larger personal revenue cost margins. Can't slouch to living paycheck to paycheck when there's no such thing. This is the route to go for sure. Start slow and small and pick up steam. I have a job right now where I work for another chiropractor at their office seeing patients. Would it be risky to build my own client base while working for them? There's nothing in my contract about non-compete, but it could be a source of disagreement. Would it be safer to get a different slow-lane job in a different industry while working on my own thing? Or just go for it and handle the consequences? Sent from my iPhone using TaperTalk. My uncle's business is basically a copy of the firm he used to work for. He signed a non-compete clause with them. However, seeing as he left on good terms, they sort of just looked the other way. So what should you do? Depends on your character. If they realize you're using their business to try and go your own way, would you be financially secure if they found a way to fire you? You can also add extra activities to your chiropractic practice to add value for customers who want more than a basic treatment, such as massages. Russell Brunson uses this example specifically in his book Secrets About Building a Ladder of Value for those people who want to spend more. Not everyone has to have a Fck this moment to start a business. People are built differently. You could have had 1,000 Fck this moments where most people could have crumbled, but maybe you're able to persevere more than others and you just plodded on getting through it. But you're on this forum and you read his book, so that means you must be wanting to change your life, but maybe you don't know how. Maybe you're at the thinking stage of how will I do it? I thought about it for 2 years before I started something. I never really had a Fck this event. Mine was more like I am wasting my life working in a job. I will never be financially free and do all the things I want to do if I stay in a job, and when I'm an old man, what will I say I done with my life? This is a great idea. I have made so many relationships with different massage therapists and other alternative healthcare providers over the years. So the basic treatment would be chiropractic and therapeutic exercise, but I could recommend or prescribe massage or acupuncture and get payment from the patient and pay the other provider as independent contractor. Thanks for the input. Sent from my iPad using TaperTalk. You hit the nail on the head. I had that same thought about 5 years ago. I started reading books on self-improvement and books on manifesting and the law of attraction, just anything that would help me change my circumstances. I read 3 years ago I've felt this unsettling discomfort with my life. Since then I've been reading more, journaling, coming up with ideas, desperately trying to figure something out to make money, trying to figure out what I needed to do or sell or meditate on to make money. After reading a chapter in last night, I realized that I have been chasing money this whole time and not trying to create value. I've had 5 different jobs and have attempted 2 different business, all in the name of making more money. It's no wonder I don't have any. I'm really excited about the shift in mindset and all the great feedback that I'm getting this time around. Thanks for your feedback. So what had your thoughts of wasting your life promoted you to do? How are things different for you now? Sent from my iPad using TaperTalk. Or you can hire some massage therapists right into your office. Then use free massage to introduce people into your business. Train the masseuses to look for areas that the patient could benefit from as they are massaging the patient. I notice your upper back needs work. Our chiropractic can take care of that for you. Great upsell. This. I can barely sleep with my current ambitions.